Hello guys, hello book besties, this is Tam. Welcome to my channel again, Reading Tamishly. Today I am going to feature or recommend some Hive books, the best of Hive books, because even though these books are really hyped, they turn out to be the best ones. Yes, I have got here 10 books. So this belong to different reading genre, I would say. But most of these are contemporary realistic fiction, which I read a lot of. Yeah, let's see. Okay, let's start with one middle grade book, which I really like. This is called Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This book, still is around I mean it still is everywhere. So this is a middle grade book about a young boy who is born with a facial deformity, I would say, not disability. He is intellectually okay, and he goes to a school with other kids. So this is a very wholesome story, like regarding how others behave towards him, how others interact with him. I really find the writing really good, and this is one of those stories where there is a very wholesome portrayal of parent with child relationship, and then siblings relationship, and then also how friends, on the friendship aspect also, it's very good. This one I would like to know like the points of view of all the characters involved, but yeah, that's just my wish. But this is a very good one. Another very hyped graphic novel series. This is the Heartstopper series by Alice Osman. I have got all the 4 volumes that are out until now. So yeah, please read this graphic novel. I really love this, and it's so worth the hype. As we all know, this one is very popular. This is a story about Nick and Charlie. Nick has, he's always been the loner, and he has some issues, and Charlie is the popular guy in the school. But then, as we all know, they came to be friends with each other, and then yeah, as well, I don't know how to tell the story. Oh my god, I just love them. Please do read this book, it's so worth it. Let's talk about some young adult novels which are really hyped, which were really hyped when they came out, and they are still very popular. So let's start with The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. We all know this book, we all see this book everywhere. I love the movie. I watched the movie first. Yeah, I was, I don't know who was I back then, but still, when I read this book, I was surprised, I was shocked by the ending, and I cried. I never cried, like I didn't cry like that when I watched the movie, but when I read this book, my heart was broken. And those who have read this book must really know what it feels like to read this book. So yes, still good. It's still one of the best from the author. So I am not that interested in reading his other books, but this one, if given a chance, I will reread this book again and again. So yeah, so what the hype. The next book I'm going to talk about is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Cassie McQuiston. Cassie McQuiston, the author, has written so I like a few more novels after this, but I don't know, I do not have that interest, that kind of interest I have in this, with this book, with this one. So yeah, this is like, I'm very bad at telling you summaries or the synopsis of books. So but I will try. I don't know. I read this book and have recommended this book a lot, but yeah, I don't know how to tell the story. So yeah, this is a story. I'm very sorry. I will just show you the blurb. What I can say from my reading experience is that the chemistry between the two main characters is very, very good. At first, like it was a bit negative, but then like I really like it. But apart from the main characters, I like this book mainly for the side characters. Like I absolutely love the side characters, like much more than the main characters. Like, is it okay to say that? I think so. Like, read this book for their romance, but also read this book for well developed side characters. Like, they are wonderful people. They are like the best adult fictional characters I've ever read in a young adult novel. Yeah, please read this book. And the best from Silvera, the book called They Both Die in the End. This is a dystopian novel, and there is nothing much to spoil about this book because the title says it all. And this is a dystopian novel, and they both knew that the world is going to end in a matter of 24 hours, I think. I think so. I read this book like 2 years ago, I think, and I cried like crazy. Even though I knew what would happen with them, but it is not about the ending that I like like this book or I cried when I read this book. It is about their background story. Like one of the main characters' background story is really, it's really heartbreaking as well as like things turn out to be really hopeful. And this is also one of those stories where one of the a few of the side characters were really outstanding. Like, yeah, please read for that. And the writing is fine. It starts slow but it's really high pace, not high pace, fast pace. So this is the best by Adam Silvera so far. I'm still planning to read the author's other books, but still, yeah, this one is still hyped. And but I would say this is worth it. Like if you're looking for a sad then science fiction dystopian, like that is also a romance, yeah, and that also represents LGBTQIA characters, well developed characters with good plot, with a good plot, please read this one. And like three of the most hyped mystery thriller kind of book. There are three books here. So first is young adult one, We Were Liars by Lockhart. I really like this one because, like, oh my god, the writing is so beautiful. Like it was so mesmerizing. Like, believe me, I do not like this book for the thriller or the mystery aspect, but I really like this one for the writing, and it's very haunting. It's one of the most memorable young adult books I've ever read, like regardless of the genre it fits in. So yeah, please read this one for the writing and the characters and all. Like, I do not really like this cover, but yeah, but I think the cover is like somehow related like to the plot. But I really like this book. I really like this book. So please do read it. It's very short and it's so worth the hype. And two other Agatha Christie like books, and then there were none. This is the first book by Agatha Christie that I read, I think. Yes, and this one was so fast paced and so captivating that I finished this book in just a matter of hours. And that time also, like, I was not much of a reader, but this one like really captivated me. And I will not tell the synopsis, if it is synopsis or the blur, because yeah, thriller mystery. So, and most of us must know by, like, I feel like most of us know by now what these books are about. So like I will not tell, but yeah, I have to feature this in the hype books that are worth the hype. So yeah, and then there were none, and then Murder on the Orient Express. I will not talk much about this as well. The writing is really good, and I have read like I think 3 or 4 Agatha Christie books so far, and these two are still the best. Yeah. So then one of the most hype books when it came out was Anxious People by Frederick Backman. I don't know why the hype has gone down when I know that the book is actually really good, like really good. When I read this book when it came out, like I was like thinking like what the hell is going on in this book, like why, like I was getting ready to get frustrated, or like I thought like I was going to be so disappointed with this one, but then I think the author actually planned the book to start like that, and until around 12 30 20 to 30%, like the writing, like we won't know what is going on, and there were so many like questions and interviews going, and then bits of this and that, and then so many characters, and like we won't know what is going on. But then you keep on reading, be a little patient towards, I mean, like when you start reading this book, but then as you go on reading, you will know that a robbery heist is going on, and then this many strangers are there to look for an apartment, and in this apartment they will remain trapped with this robber, and then you won't believe what happens. This is not a mystery thriller or suspense or anything like that, but what comes out of this story is like, oh my god, it will totally break your heart, but it will also like make you believe in humanity all over again. I mean, this is one of the best reads of last year, I think. I don't know when did it come out. I forgot, like maybe 1 year or 2 years ago, maybe. Like, this is sorted. And this book by Murakami is still hyped, and it is one of the best loved books. But no one can actually, sum up the story of this book or tell what the book is about. Even when I recommend this book by the author, I will not be able to tell you what the story is about, because it is like that is one of the weirdest, it's not one of the weirdest, but it is the weirdest book I've read so far. I don't think any other book that I will ever read in the future will be more weird than this. So yes, this is what I, because like you wouldn't want to stop reading this book once you start reading it. Like I have read so many other like books by the author. I have tried my best to like them, but no, like either the first half is good or the second half is book, but not like the complete book. But this one is so worth it, and like there are so many aspects. There's like science, like from what I can remember, like I can tell you there are some elements of you know dream like reality, like magical realism kind of thing also, and then science fiction kind of thing also, and then like I don't know what to say, what to call this one. Like I don't know what the genre is as well. Like I can't say it's science fiction, or I can't say it's paranormal also. I can't say like this is contemporary also. Like I don't know what to call this. Like you will know when you read it. Like only the reader will know what it feels like reading a Kafka on the Shore. So this is one of the most recommended hype books ever, like ever. So yeah, so please do read this one. For all the hype books that are worth the hype, I feel. So yeah, please do let me know if there is any book that you feel are hype but they are so worth it. So, and please also let me know in the comments which of these books have you read and loved, or which you did not love as much as others did. So please let me know. So yeah, and please do like, share and share, and like consider this also as a video on book recommendations, and these are like my all-time favorites. So yeah, please let me know, and please do suggest me how like what kind of book videos you want to see from my channel, or like give me any kind of suggestion, recommendations, book recommendations, video recommendations, like what kind of video shorts should I make for my channel. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Like I will come up with the next video in a few days. So yeah, please let me know. Thank you for watching. Bye.